A very warm welcome to our coverage of the AFC Champions League. We are in the Eastern region. It is match day 1 of 6, coming to you from the Larkin Stadium, officially known as the Tan Sri Dato Haji Hassan Yunus Stadium in Johor, colloquially known as the Larkin. This is going to be one of our homes in Johor for the next 15 days. We are hosting Group I here. As you can see, the sun is out, the conditions are absolutely perfect, and we have got one heck of a match to kick things off with in Group A, as we have got the J-League champions Kawasaki Frontale about to take on Ulsan Hyundai, the 2020 AFC Champions League winners. 34 degrees centigrade, it is warm and sunny, 73% humidity, not much wind out there, so awkward conditions to play in for the teams, although it will cool down a little bit as we go into the early evening. These two met in the round of 16 in the 2021 AFC Champions League. That was a goalless draw, a tight goalless draw that went to penalty shootouts. Ulsan Hyundai were the victors on that occasion. So a little bit of revenge possibly on the cards for the men in white from Kawasaki Frontale. Really is rather strange how Kawasaki have not done better in the AFC Champions League, as they have won 4 of the last 5 titles on offer in Japan. One thing I can tell you for Kawasaki, they have not included Chanatip Songkrasan in the matchday squad for today. So those of you in Southeast Asia are hoping to get a little glimpse of the Thai Messi. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. 1 or 2 local Korean and Japanese fans just waiting for the teams to make their way out. The match officials are mainly from Qatar. The 4th official, Chen Sen-Tuan from Chinese Taipei, and Ulsan, who come in unbeaten in the K-League so far this season. 7 wins and 2 draws. They've been in really, really good nick. They are top of the pile in the K-League. And both sides, when we get the official team lines, but both sides have named probably their strongest possible team, because one of the real problems that we've got for the teams in these smaller groups, in the 4-team groups, is only the top team are guaranteed a place in the knockout phases of the 2022 AFC Champions League. And so defeat on match day 1 could prove to be really, really damaging. Hence, both Kawasaki and Ulsan have gone for as strong a possible team as they possibly can do. Later on tonight, we move over to the Iskandar Stadium. The Stadium Sultan Iskandar in another part of Johor, where Johor Darul Taksim, the Malaysian champions, will take on Guangzhou, who have a famous name in China but are going through 1 or 2 financial problems at the moment, and have sent a largely young squad to join this competition. So Guangzhou will be the rank outsiders in this squad, in this group. Johor will be hoping, though, that they can upset either Ulsan or Kawasaki. Just waiting for the final say-so from the match commissioner to make their way out onto what looks to be a really, really nice turf. It is cow grass, but it's beautifully maintained. This used to be the home of Johor Darul Taksim until they moved to the really impressive Stadium Sultan Iskandar on the other side of town. But it is still in use for JDT2. Smattering applause for the Ulsan reserves as they make their way out, and there'll be a smattering of applause for Kawasaki Frontale. How they have not done well in Asian football, Asian Champions League football, is a real mystery. They have never got beyond the quarter-final stages. That's happened on 3 of the 9 occasions the Kawasaki have made it to the latter stages, but they so frequently fail at the final hurdle. Maybe this is their year. Doing well in the J-League. Right there, the players are just waiting for it to get just a little bit cooler. We work on a strict timetable here. It's a 1700 local time kickoff. Beforehand, both coaches, Hong Myung-go, the Ulsan coach, and Toru Aniki, the Kawasaki coach, they were both very complimentary to their opposing teams.
Kawasaki Frontale dari Jepun dan juga Ulsan FC dari Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Kawasaki Frontale from Japan and Ulsan FC from Korea.
As the strains of the AFC anthem make their way, referee Kamis Almari just waits for the say-so to make his way forward. This is a vital fixture in Group I of the AFC Champions League. It is the 2020 champions, Ulsan Hyundai of Korea, up against the J-League champions in 4 of the last 5 editions, Kawasaki Frontale. Hopefully this will be a 15 days where we can avoid any COVID quarantine issues. None to report so far. I'm delighted to say all the players were strictly in observance of the COVID niceties. And now the teams make their way down the line and a first chance to go eyeball to eyeball with their opponents. They met last season, of course, for Kawasaki, Jung Seung-rong. He knows all about Ulsan Hyundai. Jung Seung-rong, really important part of the Kawasaki success story. Kawasaki, the designated home team for today. Pitch looking in great condition. I'm delighted to say a little bit of cloud cover has made it slightly less hot. And this is the lineup for Kawasaki Frontale. I'm expecting them to play a 4-3-3. João Smith has recently recovered from injury and has got himself back into the first team. Leandro Damiao is a former Brazilian international striker who will lead the line in a 4-2-3-1 formation. This is a stronger lineup as Kawasaki Frontale are able to produce. It's exactly the same team that had a 1-0 victory against Kashio Reysol just last week in the J-League. Match officials from Qatar. Kamis Al-Mari is a 37-year-old who's been a FIFA official since 2010. He's served out 4 red cards and 16 yellow cards in his last 4 matches. So don't get across the 37-year-old. For Ulsan Hyundai, Kim Tae-hwan is the experienced right fullback. And Shogo Taniguchi, experienced centre-back for Kawasaki, both very strong defensively. This is the Ulsan lineup. They showed just 1 change from the side that won 3-1 against Daegu in their last K-League match on the 9th of April. That is the introduction on the right-hand side of the front 3 of Wong-sang. He will go alongside Jun Amano and Valery Kajashvili as the attacking support for Leonardo, the 24-year-old Brazilian. But look out for big number 19, Kim Young-kwon. 91 caps for Korea and twice an AFC Champions League winner with Guangzhou Evergrande, as they were then known. As for the substitutes bench, well, as I said, there is no Chanatip Tongkrasan on the bench for Kawasaki Frontale, but they do have the likes of Yu Kobayashi, who has been top scorer in the J-League in seasons gone by. Ulsan can call on the experienced Lee Chung-young and Park Chu-young. They are the 2 Brazilian strikers. An awful lot relies upon their ability to put the ball in the back of the net, and we are underway. An important group match, first of 6 for both of these sides. Early touches for the early players. Kim Tae-hwan looks long down the right-hand side. It's nicely played by Taniguchi, and he just hoists it long, makes sure safety first. Jung-hyun once again puts it out. He's won titles in the past, Lim Jong-hyun for Jeonbuk. Just beaten in the air, though. That was interesting, the way Leandro just played off him. Looking down for Dio, and an early corner for Kawasaki. Leandro's a big target to aim for in the middle. Akihiro Yanaga, 35 years of age at the moment. Experienced player, nice creative option. Corner to be taken by Dayatono, one of the youngsters. 6 to aim for Dio. Comes right to the back stick and just flicked away by Kim Tae-hwan. Nervy early moments for Ulsan. And Dayatono has come over to take this set play as well. Right footer curled in last time. This one will curl away from the goalkeeper. Well cleared out by Park Young-woo. Not much space ahead of him there. There was just a wall of yellow and blue. And that's shepherded out for a goal kick by Sol Young-woo. Not expecting much gung-ho work from either team in the early stages, although there's pressure early on Jo Hyun-woo, and he's forced into a hurried clearance. Closed down by Leandro. Kawasaki in the white, Ulsan in the blue and yellow. All the early possession gone the way of the J-League champions, and a free kick goes their way as well as Damiao is bundled over. Jung-hyun. Twice now he's come up against Damiao, former Internacional player. Oh, that's poor from Yanaga. Park Young-woo. Workhorse in midfield, ever present in the league so far. Kim Young-won. Young-woo. Young-won sold a little bit short, just reacted quickest and fires the ball nicely into the busy Gusung. Young-woo spreads it out wide. Tae-hwan loves to get forward down the right-hand side, and he's done exactly that. Won-sang tried to go for the little give and go. That's cleverly played. Lovely little nutmeg on the left-hand side by Marcinho. That's 1-0 mentally to the 26-year-old Brazilian. Again, good work by Leandro. He's been dominant in the early stages against Jung-hyun. And then possession's been given away, and Leandro will chase. Young-won has to be careful, and is wanted the free kick, but didn't get it. Belted forward by Jung-hyun. Now Leandro Damiao, look at that, just he gets nearly in front of Kim Young-won. 32 years of age now, Young-won, as we look at Jung-hyun. Very experienced back line for Ulsan. Played forward, looking for Won-sang. Breaks to Kasashvili. Young-woo, 2 to aim for. Kasashvili, the Georgian international. He did have a very short spell playing up front. Hoisted in by Junamano. Officially on loan from Yokohama is Amano, but very much a key part of the Ulsan attacking prowess. 4 goals in his 8 matches so far in the K-League this season. Belted long by Jung Sun-rung. Well, neither player pulled out of that 50-50. Lovely ball over the top. Seung-rung is quickly off his line. Won-sung looked like he just might be winning that little foot race. He had a certain amount of energy, does him. Yamane. That time looking for Leonardo. Little push in the back of the experienced Yamamura. Well, there's the ball. And just for a moment, it did look like Won-sung would get in there. Now it's broken to Won-sang once again. Busy start. Kashashvili. Lovely little give and go, and so nearly works. The third man running there was Lee Gyu-sung. Kashashvili playing the ball in, and then just look at the late run coming in from Gyu-sung, the number 24. He makes his run now, and it's just a touch too heavy. Schmidt. Nicely played out wide by Tono. Kento Takibanada. Been looking forward to seeing Marcinho. I had rave reviews about him, but that wasn't so rave. And Kim Tae-hwan, who was in for the little nutmeg. Joe Smith, the Brazilian. Really is a bonus that he's got back into the side after missing much of the early part of the season in the J-League. I think forward is being kept in. Young-woo is back defending, helped forward by Gyu-sung. Taniguchi did well. Tae-won and Marcinho, part 2. Young-woo. Easily picked off, but it'll break to Gyu-sung. Kashashvili gets away from Leandro. Still Kashashvili, always offered something a little bit different, and the first shot comes in and it's wide from Won-sang. But he's shown himself to be nice and busy on Won-sang. Got himself 4 goals in the K-League so far this year. Just pulls that, and Seung-rung pulls the right arm away, knowing that that's going wide. As we look at Vako, as he calls, Valery Kashashvili. But he's been involved in the best moments so far for Ulsan. Schmidt. Taniguchi. Onto Yamamura. Yamamura and Taniguchi have been ever present for Kawasaki in their league campaign. He doesn't like to change his team much, Toru Aniki. Likes consistency. Marcinho looking to run at Tae-hwan. This is already proving to be one of the important battles in this match. Young-woo tidying up, and Tae-hwan looked for the short ball and got it from the busy Won-sang. Kashashvili always looking to take a player on. If he looks out wide, he's got Young-woo available. This is Leonardo. One back. Park Young-woo. No real space to play in there, and no real ball into the penalty area either for Sol Hyung-woo, so he comes back. Kim Young-gwon. Sol-woo. Sorry, Young-woo. Youngwon. Closed down very quickly by Miki Yamane. And there is Amano. Japanese import for the Korean team. Korean import for the Japanese team. Kim Young-gwon happy to just use his goalkeeper to try and spread the play a little bit. It's all very congested in the heart of midfield. Here's Kim Tae-hwan though. If he looks up into the middle, he's got Leonardo in the penalty area. Decides not to use him. Amano. Gyu-sung. Again, the little give and go. Tae-hwan. Clip on the ankles, but happy to just play the one-touch football. I'm wondering if the coaches are going for a do-not-lose mentality in this match, rather than what a bonus it would be to go and win. These are the two teams expected to star in this group. Johor and Guangzhou are the other two. Johor, the host, though, will be hoping just to try and cause an upset. They're in action, 10 p.m. local time tonight. Here's Yanaga. Schmidt. You can see he's just feeling his way into the game, Zhao Schmidt. 28-year-old Brazilian. Little dink over the top. Scholl strong enough to hold off the challenge, but well played by Taki Bernada to keep that ball in play. Gyu-sung. Tae-hwan leaves it for Won-sang. Gyu-sung once again. Shadows covering about a third of the pitch now, which will be a relief to the players. Kim Young-gwon, not much movement ahead of him, must be said. But he's found Amano, and Amano tries to play it out wide to Seol Young-woo. And eventually forced back to the experienced Young Young. Referee calls for the foul there against the fullback, Young-woo. Good little individual battles going on in the early stages. Important not to lose those individual confrontations. He had a shot there of Hyung Myung-bo. He still looks strong enough and powerful enough to still be playing. He's a very, very accomplished Korean international himself, the Ulsan coach. Here's Marcinho. Tries to just raise the pace. Kim Tae-hwan is there once again, dealing with the danger, helped out by Gyu-sung. No panic. Taki Bernada in first. He's the ball winner there. Oh, that's high up in the air, but the flag is up for offside. As the first ball came in, Leandro Damiao just trying to play off the shoulder there of Lim Jong-gyun. Yep, good call. Leandro closing off the channels there for Hyun-woo. Both goalkeepers on display have won international caps for Korea. This man won 20. The man at the other end won 60 plus before his career came to an end in 2016, or his international career anyway. Kazashvili. He was looking for Leonardo, or rather Leonardo was looking for the ball in to come just a bit quicker from Vako. Here's the Georgian once again. Young-woo. He provides the width down the left-hand side. Little tug back by Akihiro Yanaga. Needs to be careful. Another of them, and could find himself in trouble with the referee. And that's pretty blatant, that. Gyu-sung. Young-woo. That's good pressure. Taki Bernardo, the counter is on. Massinho will try to go onto his right foot. Massinho scuffs the shot. And that's the brightest we've seen from Kawasaki. He's got himself a couple of goals here, and this will be exactly the scenario he was after, one-on-one with Lim Jung-hyun. He can go either left or right, chooses to cut inside, and as you can see, is always reaching away from the ball. Kim Young-kwon. Young-woo under pressure. Just a clip on the ankle by Yamane. Well, they haven't pressed every time, but when they did, it was a 5 white shirts, making it really tough for Sol Hyung-woo to get out of it. Nowhere for him to go, and an unnecessary free kick conceded. Back live. This is Won-sang. Lee Gyu-sung, happy to start from deep. Right then, Won-sang, what kind of a cross can he get in? Well, he decides not to. Because when it does come in, it's Yamamura who easily gets the clearance in. Gyu-sung. Young-woo, those two have seen plenty of the ball. Young-woo once again, big powerful presence in the heart of midfield. Athletic player Kim Young-kwon tries to spread the ball to Kim Tae-hwan. Ooh, that's unlucky for Kim Tae-hwan. First time we've actually seen anyone try the diagonal to open the play a little bit.
Stop there. Okay, play.
Gyu-sung, well, after the opening 5 minutes, Ulsan have dominated possession. Gyu-sung, all very patient, all very cagey. Kim Young-kwon invited to go into a channel, but it was a cul-de-sac and there was nowhere for him to go. Cleverly trapped there, must be said. 4 players pressed in a line, literally giving Kim Young-kwon nowhere to go. Schmidt. Schmidt once again happy to play in the kind of libero role. That allows the fullbacks, Yamane and Sasaki, to get forward. Here's Massinho. Yanaga. Got a bit more of a free role. He's a lovely passer of the ball, is Akihiro Yanaga. Massinho once again. Sasaki. He's the youngster of the back four, Sasaki, at 22 years of age. As that breaks away from him, Sasaki tries to close down, but that'll break, and a quick ball looking for Leonardo. He started a run and then didn't continue it. 15 days of football coming up. Do you conserve the energy to make sure you finish strong, or do you try to get off to a fast start? Miki Yamane. Yamamura. Taki Bernardo. 20 minutes of largely cagey football, a couple of attempts on goal that have gone wide, but neither with much power. Massinho. Sasaki and Massinho once again. That's played out wide to Diatono. He pulls it back inside, and the omnipresent Park Young-woo is there. And Park drives forward. Schmidt stops any attempted long pass. And Yanaga once again, just a tiny little clip on the heels of Young-woo. 2 fouls now by Akihiro Yanaga. I'm very wary that the referee's recent form book has 4 red cards in his last 4 matches, 2 in a Croatia-Bulgaria match. Kim Young-won, very nearly caught by the charge from Leandro. Then the ball over the top for Leonardo. Leonardo's got half a metre. Leonardo has scored. Half claims for a handball by Kawasaki, but in the end, it's just a Route 1 ball. Leonardo is too strong for Taniguchi. And Ulsan Hyundai have got themselves the lead. It's just a long Route 1. Kim Young-won, Leonardo, strong, and then that's a cool finish as Sung-ryung closed down the gap. That was the only corner he could go for. Taniguchi out-muscled by the Brazilian. And the Brazilian number 9, he's judged on his goals. And his first goal of this AFC Champions League group goes to Ulsan. Now, what will that make as a reaction from Kawasaki? Immediately a long ball driven out by Schmidt, finds Massinho. 3 in the penalty area, lovely driving run, pulled back into the box and cleared by Kim Young-won. Massinho once again, so a nearly instant riposte from Kawasaki. Taniguchi just got the wrong side. He was a little bit bullied. Yanaga. Yanaga again, closed down by Kashashvili. Takibinada. Massinho seeing plenty of the ball. This time one-on-one with Kim Tae-hwan. When the ball comes to a standstill, you fancy Kim Tae-hwan will be in control of that situation. Schmidt loses possession. Nicely played by Lee Kyu-sung. Then the angled ball from Kim Tae-hwan. Once again, Leonardo's the target. That time Yamamura deals with it, only as far though as Kashashvili. Amano. Kyu-sung. Won-sang. Just one blue shirt in the penalty area. Kasashvili. Problems then for Kawasaki. They've lost a couple of games already this season, including one 4-1 battering a couple of weeks ago. Even though they've got themselves at the top of the J-League. Long ball over the top, looks for Won-sang. And it's again stretched them. Against Sasaki, Won-sang looks for assistance. Amano is there. Tae-hwan is outside. Amano belatedly finds Kim Tae-hwan. Amano. Kashashvili. Little give and go. Won-sang had to be careful. Q-Sung wins it back. Fired in towards Leonardo. Park Young-woo. Now to Seol Young-woo. Park orchestrating matters there. And now he's playing in at left back. Really is an energetic figure, is Park Young-woo. And he looks for that angled ball once again to Kim Tae-hwan. This is what, 17, 18, 19 plus passes put together now by Ulsan. They're controlling the football. And at 1-0, they're controlling this game. Leandro, again, putting the goalkeeper under pressure. He's worked hard there, Leandro, but he's not had much service otherwise, as Sasaki just clips the ankle of Kim Tae-hwan. Kim not exactly pleased with the young Japanese defender. Caught him a couple of times. It was probably the earlier one that was the naughty one. Long ball over the top once again, looking for Won-sang. Well, is it handball? Oh yeah, it's caught him on the left arm, hasn't it? As he's controlled it, there's no intent from him. He's not looking at the ball, but it has definitely caught him on the left arm. There was a half appeal from Kawasaki. Maybe more than half appeal from Jung. So they can feel that a little bit hard done by. Certainly in the modern interpretation of handball anyway. But the referee didn't see it. And Ulsan have the lead. Here's Yamamura. Hoisted forward, finds Yamane. Nice touch. Looks for Leandro. Schmidt. Takibanada. Taniguchi. Sasaki. Yamamura, very, very cool under pressure. All the Japanese defenders seem happy to play as Leandro fires an effort just wide. Tell you what, from the look on Jo Hyun-woo, that's not too far away. Snapshot from the outside of the boot. It's not too far away, and Hyun-woo was flat-footed. Lee Gyu-sung. Kawasaki 0, Ulsan 1. Only goal of the game coming from Leonardo. And just on the 20-minute mark. Kim Young-gwon delivers a long ball once again, and that's been the ball, surprisingly, does cause most problems for Kawasaki. Back to front, long ball over the top for either the pace of Won-song or the control, legitimate or otherwise, from Leonardo. We're going to have an enforced drinks break because it is pretty hot out there. And with COVID, it's an opportunity for the respective coaches just to have a word. What's going right? What's going wrong? Leonardo with the only goal of the game. It was expertly taken after he had a bit of fortune in the ricochet off his own arm. It did go into a good position. The referee Kamisal Mari, there wasn't alerted to it. Oh, didn't see it. At the other end, Kawasaki, well, they've not created a vast amount. Marcinho has been their main threat down the left-hand side. Number 23, but otherwise not created a huge amount. And at this stage, 1/3 of the way through the match, Ulsan Hyundai, the 2020 champions, the 2021 K-League runners-up, the 3-time K-League runners-up in the last 3 seasons. They have got their nose in front in the first of these group games. For Toru Aniki, who's been with the Kawasaki club since 2017, overseeing this fabulous spell of success. Kusung just picked up by Schmidt. Taki Bernada did well. Now then, Marcinho. He's got the wrong side of Taehwan. Yanaga helps it out wide. It came up Miki Yamane just a little bit too quickly, but the fullback was overlapping, and now he's got to sprint back. As we have a look at the replay of Yamane getting forward. Comfortable save for Yumwoo. Ulsan coming down the other end. Kazashvili. Taehwan available. Again, just happy to hold on to the ball now. Kim Young-Gwon. Was nearly caught out early on by the surprising pace of Leandro Damiao. Kim Young-Gwon, but his experience so important for Ulsan. Youngwoo. Sazaki's header. Marcinho. That's clumsy from Young-Gun. He got the wrong side, but committed to the challenge. No complaints from Marcinho Barbosa. Rugby tackle. Yanaga. Little dink over the top. Looks for Yamane, who's getting forward a lot more. Kim Young-Gwon is a culture defender, but sometimes Rosette is equally efficient. Yanaga. Just closed down. The energy of Park Young-Woo. It really is stand out, and he's driven the ball forward. He's got Leonardo available. Young-Woo. Interesting, Toru Aniki is on the edge of his technical area, encouraging his team to push a little bit to a higher line. Taehwan's hurried clearance. Schmidt. I'm not sure Schmidt looks 100%. He always has that controlled way about him. Taniguchi. Schmidt once again, the Brazilian. Nowhere really for him to go. So instead he goes backwards, and that causes a nervous 1/10 of a second for Jung Chun-rung. as we have a look at Hong Myung-bo. He'll be relatively happy at the moment. Now then, long ball into Marcinho. Lovely take by the Brazilian. 2 in the penalty area. No real urgency, though, from Kawasaki. Marcinho once again. That's not the best ball. Schmidt finds Sasaki. All 11 Ulsan players behind the ball at the moment. Yamamura finds Yanaga. That's a neat ball into Yamane. Chance for Taki Pinada. Why didn't he shoot? Yamane. Why didn't he cross? Nicely played out of danger by Gyu-sung. Leonardo. Youngwoo. That's Seol Youngwoo. Now to Kim Tae-hwan. Amano available. As is the other Youngwoo, Park Youngwoo. Who's probably been the most energetic player of the first 36 minutes so far. Not probably, certainly has. Kim Young-gwon. Little dink forward. Kashashvili. Leonardo. If he looks wide, he's got Kim Tae-hwan. Tae-hwan, 3 in the penalty area. Resists the urge to get the first time cross in. Looks to take on Sasaki. Where's the support for Kim Tae-hwan? Well, eventually there is no support, and Sasaki can break away this time. And a little pull back. Referee has been very, very patient with the players for those little tugs. And Won-sang, the guilty party there. It's not bad, but it's one of those that just stops the flow of play. Some referees can be fussy and call that. But he's been consistent because Yanaga had one identical on the other side of the pitch. Sasaki. Youngwoo. Almost inevitably. No wonder he's sweating. And he has covered, not every blade of grass, because he doesn't get forward that much, but certainly 2/3 of the pitch are being covered by Park Youngwoo. Ulsan at this stage just happy to hold on to the line because there's not a lot of activity or movement in front of them. There's 5 white shirts forward. Taki Bernardo is forced to go backwards once again. Now then, Yamane, he's got Schmidt available. Instead he goes back. And they start again. Kento Taki Bernanda. Yamamura. Yanaga. Schmidt. And the pressing comes from all 11 players from Ulsan. It was very disciplined, impressively disciplined. As soon as the ball went back to the goalkeeper, they all took 10 yards back into their own half, and now you can see they're spread out in that 4-2-3-1. Nowhere for Kawasaki to probe an opening. Schmidt. He's got Yamane out wide. Instead he goes back to Yamamura. Just trying to change the point of the attack. Sasaki. Marcinho. Sasaki. Hoisted high. That's nicely played by Kagashvili. Made sure that the man looking to tackle him never was able to get on the other side of him. Well, Kawasaki have dominated possession in the last 10 minutes, but have really created nothing with it. Here's Massinho. Now Schmidt's overplayed the pass. Players will be delighted it's getting considerably cooler as we get closer to 6 o'clock, but Ulsan, they've made the most of the early conditions. Taki Bernardet in a 50-50 there, which of course he wins. Oh, it's just dipped wide. Well, it was out of nothing, and the shot came from Diatono. Comes to him awkwardly, bounces up off a miscontrol off the left foot. This will probably tell us how close it is. Again, sliding away off the outside of his right boot. We had an earlier effort from Leandro Damiao, similar to that, that ghosted wide of Jo Hyun-woo's post. But he's still not had a save of any real note to make as Schmidt wins the header. Leonardo. The omnipresent Park Young-woo. Leonardo. He's got Amano in front of him. Kazashvili might fancy a shot here, the Georgian. Ooh, instead cuts it inside. Important clearance. And Taki Bernardet. Kim Tae-hwan claiming he was just being tugged back there by Sasaki. Experience versus youth. And Senior loses out. There's Kim Tae-hwan once again. Lim Jung-yeon. Free kick again, not given. I'm liking the referee so far. There's no malice in the game, and so he's not stopping and starting. So good marks for Kamis Almari, from the commentator anyway. Not sure what the official assessor will say. There's Schmidt, nicely played. Fullback Miki Yamane into Taniguchi, out wide to Asahi Sasaki. Carelessly given away, and Amano can come out wide once again. Kazashvili. Leonardo ahead of him. Yanaga closing him down. Kazashvili just toe pokes it out. And Amano looks out to Wonsang. Both teams very, very patient in possession. Possessional stats 55-45 in favor of Ulsan. Leonardo, closed down by Yamane, holds off the challenge of Yamane and has a word with the referee saying I was being tugged there. Nonetheless, play goes on. Kim Tae-hwan, 3 in the penalty area. Kazishvili, straight into the grateful gloves of Jung Sung-rung. Georgia makes a great run through, fires it. Goalkeeper wouldn't expect to be beaten at his near post. That's a great angle to watch it, and he sees that right the way into his gloves. Young-woo goes back to Kim Young-kwon. Well, Kawasaki have not impressed on the AFC Champions League stage. This is their 10th appearance in the competition. In the previous 9, they've made it to the quarterfinals on 3 occasions. No further than that, despite their dominance in the J-League as well, or J1. Over recent years, not being able to turn that into an Asian challenge of any real note. Kazashvili, Kim Tae-hwan, 3 in the penalty area. Amano is in there. Kim Tae-hwan finds the Japanese Amano. Taki Banada does well. Great little battle there. Now then, Marcinho's got pace. So though does Lee Gyo-sung, and that's good tracking back by the central midfielder. Quintessential, hard-working, disciplined, backtracking performance by Ulsan. Into time added on at the end of the first half. Yamane finds Yanaga. Thought he was being blocked off. Instead, Youngwoo just got his body in the way. And the other Youngwoo is there to support. Schmidt breaks nicely for the Brazilian. Leandro looks for Schmidt. That will break for goalkeeper Hyunwoo. Leandro Damiao. In the early stages, looked like he had the number of Lim Jong-hyun, but has really struggled for quality possession since then. Sasaki's header. Marcinho. Both teams, as you can see, a high degree of accuracy with their passing, but a lot of it has been sideways and backwards, as Yamane just illustrates there. It's really the forward passes that do the damage. Ulsan would happily see this out to 1-0, and it looks at this stage like Kawasaki are okay at 1-0 as well. Last 20 seconds of the half. Here's Yanaga. 2 in the penalty area. Hoisted up high. Young-gun did well. And the last action of the half is a ball lumped into the penalty area by Yanaga. That comes to nothing. The only goal of the first half came from a long pass out from the back from Kim Young-gwon. It was picked up by Leonardo. Suspicions of a handball. Certainly Jung Seung-grung thought there was a handball by Leonardo, but he played on and went to tuck it into the corner. And Kawasaki Frontale, for the most part, have been pretty toothless since then. At half-time at the Larkin Stadium. AFC Champions League Group I, it is Kawasaki Frontale 0, Ulsan Hyundai 1. Counter is on. Marcinho will try to go onto his right foot. Marcinho scuffs the shot. And that's the brightest we've seen from Kawasaki. Caught by the charge from Leandro. Then the ball over the top for Leonardo. Leonardo's got half a meter. Leonardo has scored. And Ulsan Hyundai.
AFC from Korea, number 9, Leonardo.
And the Brazilian number 9, it has definitely caught him on the left arm. There was a half appeal from Kawasaki. Japanese defenders seem happy to play as Leandro fires an effort just wide. A look on Jo Hyun-woo, that's there, which of course he wins. Oh, it's just dipped wide. This will probably tell us how close it is. Again, sliding away off the outside of his right boot. A very warm welcome back to the AFC Champions League clash between Kawasaki Frontale and Ulsan Hyundai. It's taking place at the Tan Sri Dato Haji Hassan Yunus Stadium in Johor Bahru, better known as the Larkin Stadium. At the half-time stage, it is a 0-0 to the blue and yellow shirts of Ulsan Hyundai. Leonardo scoring the only goal after 21 minutes. Came after a long pass played for by Kim Young-gwon. Definitely seemed to catch Leonardo on his arm before he controlled it and fired inside the far post, but it was allowed to stand, and it is the only goal of the first 45 minutes. As for the response from Kawasaki Frontale, well, no changes of personnel from Toro Aniki at this stage. They created half chances, but not really enough for Leandro Damiao to get on the end of. Although he was hard-working in closing down the opposing goalkeeper, Jun Hyun-woo, there weren't many clear chances for the J-League champions. And so it's the men in blue, the 2020 AFC champions, who are in control of this first of 6 matches in the group. Jung Seung-rung is the Korean former international goalkeeper of Kawasaki. And it is Kawasaki in the white who get us underway in this second 45 minutes. It's considerably cooler than when we kicked off at 5 p.m. As you can see, the shadows covering 3/4 of the pitch now. And this is Taniguchi. Long ball looking for Leandro. Well covered by Lim Jong-hyun. Right then, the extra man has been made. Leandro. Oh, it breaks to Taki Bernarda! Terrific save. Taki Bernarda just on the edge of the penalty area. It breaks to him, cuts inside, and that is a flying save from Jo Hyun-woo. Really sharp effort, really sharp save. Best we've seen from Ulsan. Dayatono will take the resulting corner kick, 3rd of the match for Kawasaki. And it goes right the way through a ruck of players. And Yanaga on the far post is wondering, why didn't I take a gamble? Look at this, it comes through to the far post. Yanaga, he kind of stops. The first touch came from Leandro. And Yanaga static at the back stick. Schmidt misses the header. Loses the second ball as well to Leonardo, the goal scorer. Now then, Young-woo. No free kick as the left back drove forward. Here is Yanaga. Referee Kamital Mari has let a lock go. But again, there's been no malice in the game. It's been well contested. Both teams very, very disciplined. There's Yamamura. Taniguchi out wide to Asahi Sasaki. Sasaki drives forward onto his right foot. He was looking to just play the ball out wide to the other fullback, Yamane, who'd got forward. Now the break is on here. Definitely Kawasaki have come out with a little bit more intent in this second half. Amano had made a thrilling run. He is not too happy that Wonsang did not play him the ball. Here's Park Young-woo back to Lim Jong-hyun. Amano. Directed wide, and Young-woo finds Young-woo, who finds Young-woo again. Kazashvili. Tae-hwan. Amano, cleverly done. Tae-hwan. Little bit of space to work in. He's got Amano outside of him, 2 in the penalty area. Couldn't get the corner. Sasaki was alert to that, and Marcinho was helping out. And Schmidt, one of 3 Brazilians, looks for one of the others, Leandro Damiao. Still the Brazilian influence dominates in Japanese football. Well, that's cleverly done. Won-sang. Good goalkeeping, because that took a deflection as well, and Jung was committed to the dive. There's good movement over on the far side, and that is such an important save from Jung Seung-rung. They can look routine, but he misses that, and there's a tap in on the far post for Leonardo. Yamane looks for Dayatono. Switch this right-hand side. Gives me a chance to run you through the teams. And Kawasaki Frontale in the white. They have got Jung in goal. Back four of Miki Yamane, Kazuo Yamamura, Shogo Taniguchi, the number 5. As we have a look at Yanaga, no, there's no touch there, is there? Asahi Sasaki, the number 15, is the left back. Taki Banada, Zhao Schmidt and Tono in midfield, with Yanaga, Leandro Damiao and Marcinho up front. There is Schmidt. Looks for Leandro Damiao, and he's got the touch. And half-hearted effort from Yanaga, but that's 3 attempts on goal in the first 6 minutes of this second stanza for Kawasaki. Maybe it's the temperature, but certainly they're taking the game more to Ulsan in this second period. Kasashvili. Youngwoo. Oh, it's a little bit far. Oh, and Park Youngwoo makes an important challenge, but the break is still on. As we look down the left-hand side, Kento Takibanada. His cross is too far ahead of Marcinho. There's just the feeling that Kawasaki are growing into this match. That was Kento Takibanada. First season in the starting lineup. You can see why he's earned it. He's an aggressive, tigerish tackler. Also gets up in support of his front three. Leonardo's strength. Amano caught by Schmidt. Free kick. As Schmidt apologizes. Brazilian on Japanese. The Koreans have the free kick, which they are happy to take their time with. Gyu-sung. Lim Jong-un to his centre-back partner, Kim Young-won. Lee Gyu-sung, one of the 2 central midfielders, along with Park Young-woo. Here is Amano. There's number 8, but playing kind of a free role, number 10. Strong tackle coming in there from Taniguchi. Kim Tae-hwan, captain, wins the throw-in. Ulsan have got Hyun-woo in goal. Tae-hwan, Jong-hyun, Young-won and Young-woo along the back. As Kim Tae-hwan concedes the free kick. Park Young-woo and Lee Gyu-sung are the holding midfielders. And Won-sang, Jun Amano and Valery Kajashvili are in support of Leonardo. It's been that kind of game. Really, really well contested. Good physicality, but no malice so far in any challenges. I'm sure both teams more than capable of looking after themselves should push come to shove. Only 10 fouls in total. That tells you a lot about the spirit of the game and the discipline of both sides. Driving forward is Yamane. Yanaga. Kim Tae-won had to get the header in there. Wonsang under pressure from Taki Bernarda. Wins the throw in. This is a decent ball coming in. Kim Tae-hwan with an important earlier clearance. Here's Young-woo. Kim Tae-hwan belted forward by Lim Jong-hyun. Schmidt. Oh, Leandro might chase that. Former Jeonbuk centre, the offside against Leandro Damiao. Former Jeonbuk centre-back Lim Jong-hyun. I reckon there's a factory in Jeonbuk that just produces tall, lanky centre-halves who are strong in the air. Wonsang drives at Sasaki. Gyu-sung, where's the support? There it is. Park Young-woo out to his namesake. They do like a little keep ball between them, the Young-woos. Senior was trying to press. Georgian-Brazilian connection. Kazashvili comes out wide. Kim Tae-hwan against Sasaki. Kim to the byline, runs out of space. It's 32 now, Kim Tae-hwan. The leg's not quite as quick as when he first broke into the side. Dayatono knocks it back. What are we, 11 minutes into this second half? Be around about the hour mark. I suspect both coaches might be looking to make one or two changes. Tono, Yanaga. All very static, which just suits Ulsan very, very nicely. They've just got two banks of four, and the two forwards, Amano and Leonardo, ready to break at the earliest opportunity. Yamano, Schmidt. Kawasaki, though, very composed in possession, but they're not getting very far at the moment. Schmidt wants to take a bit more control. Hoists it over the top for Marcinho. Marcinho takes it on, and oh, it's somehow missed by Leandro. The Brazilian triumvirate connecting there, but Leandro Damiao, of all people, mishits in front of an almost open goal. Goalkeeper does really well, to his credit, but this really, really should be a goal. Breaks them off the foot of the foot rather than through the laces, and Leandro cannot believe it. Big chance. Hoisted high. This venue for Japanese fans has a remarkable history, because it was this venue where they beat Iran in a playoff to qualify for the 1998 World Cup finals. Here's the opportunity. Marcinho controls it, knees it, and it's a tap in, and Leandro has scored 1,000 of those in training. And here, well, the goalkeeper, to his credit, never gave it up. Scrambles back and drops gratefully on the loose ball. Well, in a tight group, if you don't take your chances, it can really come back to haunt you. Kazashvili. Kim Young-Guan was high with the challenge. It was a late call. Yanaga takes it quickly. Yamane's quick ball in, second corner of this second half for Kawasaki, who are just beginning to really boss the game. And the response is going to be at least one substitution from Ulsan Hyundai. Hyung Myung-byo looking to his options. But firstly, there's a corner to defend. Combination of zonal marking. So the change for Ulsan. Junamano is going to be replaced by very familiar name, Lee Cheong-young. Experienced player will come into that number 10 role, almost given a free role. He's got some defensive work to do first. Comes right the way out to Sasaki. Still 3 shirts in the penalty area. It's not the worst ball. Kim Young-guan, right place, right time. Leonardo helps it forward, nicely done.
Pertukaran pasukan Hyundai Ulsan AFC level Korea akan pemain pakai jersey nomor 8 Juni Amano dan pasukan pemain pakai jersey nomor 2
Leonardo couldn't keep it under
Substitution
control.
for Ulsan Hyundai FC from Korea. Play number 8, Jun Amano, replaced by play number 72, Lee Cheong-young.
Some movement on the Kawasaki bench as well, as Marcinho, strong enough. He's a lithe figure. Seemed to ride the first challenge, but not the second. Kim Tae-hwan. Substitution coming on for Kawasaki. Wakisaka is a creative player. Kind of surprising he wasn't in the starting line of Wakisaka, but he'll come on for Dayatono.
Substitution for Kawasaki Frontale from Japan, play number 19,
Yazuto Wakisaki has made a national team appearance just last year. Kazashvili. Oh, that's a lovely little idea, because as soon as Tae-hwan had made the flick, Kazashvili had made a dart inside Wong-san, and so that was an important challenge from Sasaki. In these tight games, so much of what goes on off the ball is so important. Taki Banada wins it back for Wakizaki. Schmidt. Marcinho had made a great run. Schmidt deciding not to use him. Wakizaka. Taniguchi. Zhao Schmidt. Taniguchi again. Again, Ulsan happy to just revert into their 4-2-3-1. Well, it's almost a 4-4-2. Schmidt under pressure from Leonardo, whose 21st minute goal is the only strike of that game so far. Taniguchi's got Sasaki closed down by the hard-working Wansang. Sungrung, Yamamura, 32-year-old, always looks so unflustered. Wakizaka, a little bit left on him there by Park Young-woo. Looking for Leandro. Hoisted over the top for Marcinho. Keeper was very positive. In that scenario, Yanaga is never going to win that battle because Jo Hyun-woo was determined to get the punch in first. Yanaga. Taki Banaga. Nakizaka. Wakizaka getting in advanced positions. Not the best ball coming in though, and Wansang gets the headed clearance, but just look how deep Ulsan are playing at the moment. It's everything, every player 40 yards from goal. Chung Yong win it back. Kazaishvili just runs into a brick wall called Yamamura, but he's strong as the Georgian. And he's come away with possession and gets applause from the smattering of Korean fans in the main stadium, in the main stand at the Larkin Stadium. Sasaki, referee happy to let that go on. Schmidt. Now, that was either a long ball for Marcinho or a driven ball for Leandro, or a bit of both. Here's the earlier effort, Leandro and Marcinho, but there's only ever going to be one winner of this challenge, and Yanaga is not that man. Approaching the three-quarter mark of this game, Kawasaki, you don't want to start with a defeat, not in a short group like this, just 6 matches. Only the top team is guaranteed a place in the knockout phases. Marcinho is seen off by Kim Tae-hwan. Nicely played, out of trouble. Lee Chung-young, nice spin away. And look at the run ahead of him from Young-woo. And then calm enough just to put his foot on the ball. Kawasaki, I think, are about to make a triple change. Young-woo. Lee Gyu-sung. Kazaishvili. Okay, so a triple change coming up now for Kawasaki. Coming in are Ten Miyagi, who's an attacking player. Chinan is definitely an attacking player. And 7, Shintaro Kurumaya, who is a really nice centre-back, which suggests they might be reverting to 3 at the back. Although no, he's gone straight in for Yamamura, Kurumaya. So it's all change up top now. Yanaga will play in a more central number 10 position. As they look for Leonardo, Kurumaya straight into the action. Free kick goes against Lee Gyu-sung. This is Ten Miyagi. Winger. Driving forward, Miyagi. It might break to Yanaga. His own player gets in the way of the effort from Akihiro Yanaga.
For Kawasaki Frontale from Japan. Number 8, Kento.
So 3 players have got just over 20 minutes to change the complexion of this match. Taniguchi finds Kurumaya once again. Yanaga given free rein. Sasaki. Schmidt. Miyagi. Two number 24s against each other. It's Lee Gyu-sung who comes out on top. Sasaki hard on the back. Wakizawa wins the ball, and there's another free kick there. That one goes against Seol Young-woo. He doesn't think there was a touch there on Jinen. Hoisted forward, Jinen! Free header. He's only come onto the pitch a couple of minutes ago, but that is a clear opening. Not as good as the earlier opportunity for Leandro, but as good as they've created so far. 12 yards out, nobody near him. The ball's just hoisted in. He's got to generate pace with the header. But at the very least from there, you expect him to put on target. Sasaki takes it. Kurumaya. Well, they've certainly had the chances in this second stanza of Kawasaki. They should definitely be level at least. Kurumaya. Sasaki. Taniguchi available. Again, there's 3 in the penalty area to aim for. Leandro. Not one, but 2 very important defensive pieces of work there from Lee Gyu-sung. Firstly, intercepting the ball, and then a nice block tackle on the edge of his own penalty area. Couple of changes being planned as well by Ulsan. Yunil Lok and Kyo Myung-jin warming up. Chung Young. Oh, it's broken. Jinen is available in the penalty area. The cross is slow in arriving. Wakizawa pushes it out to Sasaki. Leandro. Yeah, he goes for the spectacular overhead kick, never followed through with it. And I think Kim Tae-hwan has milking this situation, this opportunity. As we just have a look at this. Yeah, he never follows through. It's just an awkward landing for Kim Tae-hwan. So the changes as we look at that replay. Il-lok comes on, Yun Il-lok. Well, Leandro still chuntering away. As you can see, he doesn't follow, but it is an awkward landing on the base of his spine. Maybe a bit of shoulder as well. So Kajashvili has been replaced by Yun Il-lok, who's a very useful player to have coming on. A lot of pace from Yun Il-lok, the number 7. And that means they are able to hit on the break now. Oh, look at that. Kei Chi-nan was really, really pressuring hard there on Kim Young-kwon. And coming the other way, this is Miyagi. Miyagi twists inside and out and gets the corner of Kim Tae-hwan. And before this corner is taken, we're going to have another drinks break with 15 minutes to go. But Tem Miyagi, a couple of times now, he's got himself into fine positions. Leandro, the old-fashioned flick on, but really good defending there from Kim Tae-hwan. So it remains 1-0 to Ulsan Hyundai. Match day 1 of 6 of the AFC Champions League Group I. All matches taking place in the city of Johor in the south of Malaysia. This is the Larkin Stadium, and about 30 kilometers over to the west is the Stadium Sultan Ibrahim, which will be the venue for all the Johor games. Here's the only goal of the game. Suspicions that it came off the arm of Leonardo, but he took full advantage, didn't he? It's a lovely finish. That is the only place that he can put it. This is the best angle. Maybe Taniguchi should be stronger. Not a lot the goalkeeper Jung can do there. He's got his angles right, but the finish is expert. When we restart, well, that drinks break is not at a good timing for Ulsan Hyundai to defend. They've got to get their heads switched on very, very quickly. Look how congested that penalty area is. 1, 2, 3, 4 white shirts in the penalty area. Kim Young-kwon doesn't have to jump to make the header though. Another corner which will again be taken by Wakizaka, sorry. Schmidt to the near post. Centre-backs and Leandro to the far post. Yamamura beaten again by Kim Young-kwon. Goalkeeper will fancy this. And goalkeeper makes a lovely clean catch. And then we'll milk a little bit of time. Of course he will. It's a fine catch. Just hoisted in by Sasaki. Good clean catch, maybe a slight awkward landing, but if it wasn't just 13 minutes to go, I very much doubt whether the goalkeeper will need 60 seconds to recover. Good goalkeeping. Oh, it's just too far ahead of Schmidt. That was an important challenge coming in from Young-jin. It's broken though to Wakizaka. Miyagi. Sasaki, referee was a little bit in the way. Sasaki's cross looks for Leandro on the back post. And Leandro is being penalised. Kim Young-gwon. He's just having a word as Seol Young-woo just feels his head. He got there first. The challenge was a little bit late. Just stood up by Sasaki. Looked like it overplayed it, but in the end, it wasn't a bad ball in. And just look at the white shirts that were looking around the 6-yard box as well. That's Leandro's last involvement, by the way. Leandro is replaced.
Pertukaran pasukan Kawasaki Frontale dari Jepun mengeluarkan pemain materi nomor 9 di Antro dan memasukkan pemain materi.
Man who's coming in for him.
Substitution for Kawasaki Frontale from Japan, player number 9, Leandro.
Very capable goal scorer in his own right, Kobayashi. Kobayashi immediately has to deal with a high ball against Kim Young-gwon and get something from it. Kizaka, Miyagi. Hasn't got his distribution right at all so far, Miyagi, as Schmidt caught his man and Leonardo is offside. The assistant referee took his time, but Leonardo was definitely on the wrong side there of Shogo Taniguchi. Again, a promising situation for Kawasaki. Comes to nothing. Young-jin spreads it out wide. Oh, attempt to control by Seol Young-woo. Into the final 10 minutes. More urgency now from the J-League champions. Well, there was, until Kurumaya goes backwards. Taniguchi. Long ball for Chinen. Leonardo has got the wrong side of Kurumaya. And Jung Seung-rung showed good experience there. He didn't commit until he knew the ball wasn't going to come in the penalty area. And then just hooked it clear. And the Koreans taking all the time they can. No doubt they'll be told to hurry up by Kamisal Mari. Chung Young loses to Schmidt. Park Young-woo. He must be a contender for man of the match. Kim Tae-hwan, lovely ball to Leonardo. What an important header from Taniguchi. Yun Il-lok, buzzing down that left-hand side. Park Young-woo. Il-lok comes away with possession. Yun Il-lok went inside, and that's well played by Kurumaya. Miyagi, centre-back Kurumaya, barged off the ball. He's a big fella to get knocked into like that, and the elbow was raised into the side. That'll hurt just a little bit from Park Young-woo. Here's the earlier effort. What an important stretch that is from Taniguchi. Ulsan just tries to lift it up. Taniguchi with a fine challenge. Leonardo, he requires treatment. Stretcher is called on, and all this will just accumulate the minutes to be added on at the end. For Ulsan, Park Chu-young. Leandro hobbles out, Park Chu-young drops in.
Tukang pasukan Ulsan Hyundai FC dari Korea mengeluarkan pemain partai besi nomor 9, Leonardo, dan pasukan pemain partai besi nomor 91, Park Chu-young.
Substitution for Ulsan Hyundai FC from Korea.
Have the responsibility of just holding on to the ball up top. Ulsan have got the responsibility of holding on to the lead that they've held since the 21st minute. Park breaks into the penalty area. They won't quite make it to him. Park Chu-young, who started his career at Seoul and then went to Europe, Monaco, Arsenal, Celta Vigo, Watford. Played 180 games for Seoul before joining Ulsan at the start of this season. Very, very experienced player to be able to bring on for this kind of situation. Lee Chung-young, Yonil Lok. Kawasaki need to get the ball. Oh, nicely played. Little triangles. Myung-jin tries to go down the line. Eventually loses a little bit of possession, but that was 10, 12 passes under intense pressure. And then Schmidt concedes the throw-in. And Ulsan Hyundai showing real star quality there. Well, a save early in this second half from Hyun-woo. In the end, may well be very important for Ulsan. Picking up 3 points from the first game in a group where only the top team is guaranteed a place in the next round. It's a very tidy way to start the campaign. Johor versus Gwangju, 10 p.m. local time tonight. From the stadium, Sultan Ibrahim. Flag is up for offside, but the referee just allows the play to go on, and Taniguchi will start again. Kurumaya. Plenty up front. Chinen and Sasaki. Kurumaya again. Looks to the diagonal. Yonil Lok tracks back really nicely. That's good work by Ulsan. Mighty impressed by their organisation and discipline, Ulsan Hyundai. The goal was relatively cheap in the way it came. A long ball over the top and a hint of a handball. But they, apart from that spell early in the second half when there were 4 or 5 moments for Kawasaki, Ulsan generally been able to hold on to this. Here's Kurumaya. Last couple of minutes, then we look at time to be added on. Kim Tae-hwan, strong enough to hold off Miyagi. Oh, Taniguchi under pressure. And then Sasaki under no pressure. Lets the ball run under his foot. And that's cheap possession to give away. Schmidt. He's trying to get the ball up to Kobayashi. Instead, it comes the other way. Ulsan through Yun Il-lok. Yamane gets the challenge in. Throw into Ulsan. Closed down by Park Chu-young. There's a spring in the step of Ulsan at the moment. 4 minutes to be added on at the end of 90 minutes. Minimum 4 minutes. Here's Sasaki. Yamane available on the right-hand side. Should Schmidt go that way? Instead, he picks out Miyagi once again. Miyagi's lovely ball into Wakazaka. Plenty of white shirts forward. Don't count out the chance of an equalizer. Well, you can if the ball's in on better than that. Here's Young-woo. Help forward, Myung-jin. Oh, Myung-jin in oceans of space. And he's got support. Park Chu-young is up in support. There's half a claim for a handball there. Referee says no. Only 3 Ulsan players on the offensive there. Tem Miyagi wants to run at Kim Tae-hwan. Here is Miyagi. Slides it in. Park Young-gwin clears. They're not getting the decisions they feel they deserve at the moment, Ulsan. A minute of the 4 has gone. Oh, Yanaga was lurking. Good header from Jong-hyun. Schmidt. High crosses will be meat and drink to the Ulsan back 4. Here's Miyagi. Tried to play it in, a little 1-2 with Yu Kobayashi. It didn't come off. Well, he certainly added a certain verve on this left-hand side, but without any real end result. Yu Kobayashi wasn't given long, maybe 20 minutes to produce something. He's hardly had a sniff. Nikizaka out wide to Yamane. Long ball for Kobayashi. At least he's put pressure on the central defender and forced another corner kick for Kawasaki. They've not given this up. Jong-hyun, again resilient under pressure. 4 across the 6-yard line. Miyagi! Fine volley. Beautifully caught by Miyagi, and it's an excellent save from Jo Hyun-woo. A save in the first minute and the last minute of the half may well be the crucial contributions by the goalkeeper. They've still got a corner to defend, though. Goalkeeper who gets there, makes the mistake, and the equalizer has been put in by Kuramaya. Oh, what a catastrophe for Jo Hyun-woo, and what a gift it is for Shintaro Kuramaya, and a gift for Kawasaki Frontale. This is a bread and butter catch for the goalkeeper, having just made a fabulous save. Comes to a ruck of players, he's just dropped it. That is just a bad goalkeeping error. From hero to zero in the blink of an eye, and Kurumaya says, thank you very much. Oh, the lot of a goalkeeper. A point rescued for Shintaro Kurumaya and for Kawasaki. Oh, it's an embarrassing moment for Jeon Hyun-woo after an otherwise faultless performance. But right at the end of the 4 minutes of time added on, the goalkeeper's error gives Kurumaya an equalizer, and Kawasaki Frontale get a point there. Performance probably deserved, but looked out of their reach. Kurumaya with the equalizer, Kawasaki rescued by a goalkeeping error seconds after the same goalkeeper had made a brilliant save. Earlier on, Leonardo had scored in 21 minutes. As Kim Tae-hwan asked the referee, ref, surely there was a foul, but nobody touched him. And if he looks back on a replay, he will honestly look back on that and say that is down to him and to nobody else. So the teams shake hands at the end of a competitive 1-1 draw. At the end, Kawasaki will be much happier because they were down and out until the substitutes intervention. It has finished at the Larkin Stadium. A late equalizer from Shintaro Kurumaya to equalize an early goal from Leonardo. Kawasaki Frontale 1, Ulsan Hyundai 1.
We thank you for your attendance this evening and hope you enjoyed the match as much as we did. The next match to be played here is between AFC from China and Kawasaki Frontale from JPN at the Ulsan Stadium.